This is Tom Meyer, Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District in Bellevue, Iowa, coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update and actually this month's comment highlights from the last board meeting that we had on Monday, June 11th. Some information from that I want to share. We had some resignations. One of those being noted was Lindsay Huffman, a fifth grade teacher. She is accepting a job in the Dubuque area where she lives and where her children will go to school at. So we wish Lindsay the best. We currently have that position advertised as well locally, that way on our website and across the state. Cord Heim also resigned middle school basketball. We did have some hires. We hired Trisha Pickett for a .20 3-year-old preschool position based on increasing numbers there. Assistant high school football went to Mark Rudin. That way he's also helped out with the football program in the past, middle school, high school levels both. He'll be full-time high school assistant again this year. And National Honor Society went to Emily Jorgensen. We did have a few visitors at the meeting. We had Kyle Gunther, a student there, Chris Kellogg from the Bellevue Education Association, and also Roger Mickles was there, the city of Bellevue's mayor. I presented some information myself on some assessments, from the Iowa assessments to the FAST. That's a literacy test, a formative assessment for literacy at the elementary level. We talked about ACT scores, college credit accomplishments, and multiple other things that way, but want to let you know about those things. And there's a few things to go with that I want to share. And this is all on our website, that way under comment highlights on the superintendent's page. Our students who took the ACT, when we look at them, they're slightly below the state average. That way, when we look at all of our students, we are one of the few schools in the state of Iowa that test all students. When we take the top 60% of our students, or top 66% of our students, which is about the state average for the amount of students who take the ACT, we are above the ACT area with this last graduating class, and it looks like 2019 as well, in the areas of, in all the areas, English, math, reading, and science, and then the composite score. When we take our top 66%, comparing to the state average, we are above that, and we're very happy about that. We want to get all of our students up. Our goal is to test all of our students and be above the state average, where really only about 2/3 of the students statewide take the test. College credit-wise, we also have 75% of our students are getting an A or B in their college credit classes this year. During the school year, we had 411 courses taken from high school students, and our seniors average right around 17 college credits that they earn, with multiple students, actually three who earned over 40 credits. So congratulations to our students. These are all free to our students, and something they can capitalize on as they move into college and either get done sooner, save some money financially, gives them more flexibility in college, if nothing else. And on top of it all, it gets them accustomed to the college rigor that we want to emphasize. This year's graduates also, 96% of the students are going to some type of organization to get a credential or a certification that way, while 4% are going into the workforce. A big thing in our district also is the board passed a resolution to have a vote for a new elementary building. That will be on September 11th, 2018. We may have a satellite voting in some areas as well. There will be absentee ballot information around and things like that way, but they will not be mailed out until August 13th, even if you send them in today. There will be some at local businesses, and obviously you can go to the auditor's office in Maquoketa at the courthouse, or you can stop in other places and pick those up. So that's an exciting thing for the Bellevue schools, and I want to encourage everyone to vote when it comes to be that time on September 11th, or whenever you decide to vote. Get out there and vote, and I think it's a very important thing for all of us to do that way. And September 11th, just so you know, is officially 90 days away right now. I have a calendar here showing me that way. We also approved some operational sharing agreement for a human resources person with the Maquoketa Community School District. That is a position that I think Penny Meetinger does a lot of right now. It's a position that will cost us $2,000, and as we're sharing with another district, the state has some incentives there, and we will actually get paid over $30,000 to do this that way. So that's a real benefit to our district financially, along with adding something to our district at no cost. So that's a positive. We will be sharing a human resource person. It's only 41 hours technically that they will be here. We also accepted bids for milk and bread that we have to accept the lowest bid for. Bimbo Bakery in in Dubuque was our bread person that way, so we will get our toast, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, and dinner rolls from them. And then we also accepted the bid from Anderson Erickson in regard to the milk. We also transfer funds from the general fund to the safety funds for anywhere from mouth guards, reconditioning of football helmets, head guards for wrestling, catcher's helmets for baseball, softball, things like that. That are safety equipment that we transfer from the general fund into another fund to pay for that way. So that's a positive there. School nurse, we'll be once again sharing our school nurse Kelly Humphrey with the Andrew Community School District for a little over $7,000. They will pay us out of her salary. And she goes over there one morning a week or one afternoon a week, whatever. It's basically 0.1%. So it's a morning or afternoon once a week. Also reviewed some board policies. Those are on the website as well. We approved a computer one-to-one handbook for grades 6 through 12. That way, I shared some finance information. The district is in solid financial shape right now with state funding limits that way that has been the last several years. Eventually that will catch up with us and every other school district across the state of Iowa. But we're saving this year with some early retirements, some other things, over $50,000, and that's a positive for us as we move into next year. Also had Title I. The board gave me permission to fill out Title I application that way, and had a comment reading and reflection thing I'm just going to share real quick. It's actually from John Wooden. It's a leadership book about John Wooden, and we talked just a short excerpt here, but rules to lead by. Rules to lead by. Success breeds satisfaction. Satisfaction breeds failure. A leader must set realistic goals, but once they are achieved, you must not become satisfied. Achievement will continue at the same or greater level only if you do not permit the infection of success to take hold of you and your organization. Another part here is identify and remove excuses for not getting to the next level. Only when I realized it was me and not the men's gym that was holding the team back was able to raise the level of our effort in all areas. What's your gym? Where are you at? Stop saying no and start asking how. Assume improvement is always possible and force yourself and others to find out how. A leader who thinks he or she has all the answers has stopped asking questions. When you've asked, how can I help our team to improve, 1,000 times, ask it one more time again. And welcome contrary ideas. New ideas and perspectives from those under your leadership are essential for achieving and maintaining a competitive edge. So those are just some things we talk about on the board and how that relates to the school board, how it relates to the decisions we're making right now as a school district. So about graduate intentions, I mentioned before, 96% of our students are attending some type of professional training. 48% are attending a four-year school, 37% attending a community college, and the 11% are joining the military, reserves, or the police academy. 4% seeking employment. Last year's average, we had 95.7% of our students plan on attending college. We also had Dubuque Racing Association grant. We received $2,000 from an application that Jeanette Hartung Schrader completed for STEM equipment. Some facility updates that are going to be happening. Our parking lot sometime this summer. Middle school boys locker room. We're working on middle school and high school lighting. That way, we're actually tearing down that stuff right now. I shouldn't say we are. Mr. Ernst is tearing some of that stuff down with some helpers. Fifth grade carpeting is in the process right now. We're also in the process of designing some safety maps for our buildings with the new letters for entryways that we put up recently, and some other equity-related improvements, handicap accessible signs, covering exposed sink pipes, things like that. We also want to talk about legislative priorities for the Iowa Association of School Boards coming up at the July meeting. That way, and two final things here. The board went into closed session to talk about a land purchase or real estate. We're allowed to go in for certain reasons, and that is one of the 4 reasons to discuss real estate. So we are working on that right now for a potential new elementary school. And then we were also in closed session for my evaluation from the board that way. And we came out of closed session, and I was approved for another contract that way with a 2% raise for my current salary, which is the same as all employees in the district receiving a 2% raise. So we try to keep everyone in the same realm in that regard. On that note, I know it's summertime. The weather's beautiful out today. Go out and enjoy it. I also would encourage you to check out our schedules on our website for events and really look at attending a baseball or softball game. Coach Boniface and Coach Smith and their assistants and their players are doing a wonderful job, and it's a great environment to go up to Cole Park and check things out up there that way. In addition, remember Heritage Days for the community is coming up June 30th and July 1st. I encourage you to go to that. I'm sure most of you who are listening to this will go to that. It's a great event, something for the community and its former community members and current community members to be very proud of. It is an attraction throughout eastern Iowa. I grew up in Preston, and it was very typical for us to come up here every 4th of July and spend most of the day in Bellevue. So looking forward to that, and we will go from there. Remember not to keep reminding people of this, but the first day of school is August 23rd, and registration will officially be on August 1st and August 2nd. Once again, August 1st and August 2nd for registration, and the times for that will be 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week. I'll talk to you in a few weeks again.